What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to our Facebook Master Guide for 2023. This is Lesson 2. If you haven't seen Lesson 1, you're a beginner, you have no idea how Facebook is ran, the advertising part of it, I suggest go ahead and watch on the video Lesson 1 and exactly learn some of these terms that we're going through, such as click-through rate and what have you. These terms are actually going to be necessary to learn for future videos. Again, if this is a beginner, if you're just coming in here, you need a refresher, maybe this is a good spot to start. And basically what we're doing right now is we're talking about Lesson 2 is going to be about how Facebook, Meta, now it's called, makes money. So Facebook is basically the way it makes money is through ads is it's a giant bidding war that happens in microseconds. Now, how does Facebook determine the bidding war? Well, Facebook works on a cost per impression and click basis. If some of these words are a little bit tricky, let's just say basically an impression is eyeballs on an ad, right? A certain amount of eyeballs that they send it to, and to get a click or an action, whatever it is you're trying to get. Say you want to get a message, or you want to send for a lead, or you want them to click to a website or what have you. You're trying to create a goal with that one, and they're trying to get you to that goal. And so they're going to give it to a certain amount of people, and usually within about 1,000 people or so, you're going to find out exactly how many clicks and how much that cost per click is. All right, so now that we understand that part, now how does Facebook determine what ad gets placed in the newsfeed or wherever it wants to be? You know, there's tons and tons of advertisers that are trying to advertise for that same person. Could be your competitors, could be somebody completely out of your industry and out of your niche, but still wants to advertise to that same person. How does Facebook determine which ad gets put on the deal? Well, that's what we're going to go over here. So let's start with some examples. We're going to use this example here, which is advertiser A and advertiser B. And hypothetically, let's just put it at say they're getting about $1 a click. All right? And they're both getting charged about $1 a click. Now, how does Facebook determine which advertiser gets to have the ad show up? Well, that comes through a term called CTR, or click-through rate. Click-through rate basically is like if 100 people are shown an ad and 2 people click on it, then it has an average click-through rate, CTR, of 2%. Now, 2% is actually, just so you know, for your advance, when you're looking at your reporting and you are doing your ads, that's about an average CTR rate that you should expect. It's about 2%. That's pretty much right there in the middle with everybody that's advertising. So that way you can use that metric when you know if your ads are performing or overperforming, underperforming, or just hitting right where they need to be, or right in the middle. So with the CTR, click-through rate, at 2%, that means if Facebook shows this ad to 100 people and 2 people click on it, then Facebook gets how much? $2. All right, so right there is exactly how Facebook is paying himself. All right, so if advertiser A has a 2% CTR and Facebook makes $2 off of them, and advertiser B gets a higher CTR, a 5% CTR, for example, how much would Facebook make off of them? Which ad would Facebook want to show? First of all, actually, we should put it that way. Which ad would they want to show? The 2% or the 5%? The answer is obviously the 5% CTR. And how much does Facebook make? That answer is $5. So that higher click-through rate means they get to show that ad more and charge you more money. You win as well, because you get to have more people seeing your ad. Now, how did advertiser B get a higher CTR than advertiser A? Well, we're going to use some examples here, so let's just kind of break it down and find out. Advertiser A, for instance, uses for example, this is most of your advertisers out there. Remember, 2% is about your average. So you're going to see basic ad language, probably using generic ad language, non-attention breaking language. We'll get into those in the future, what that means. Maybe it's a boring image or video. It's not really stopping these people from scrolling, okay? They probably, your ads coming through their feed, but they don't know who you are. They don't know why they're seeing this ad. They're just continuing to scroll through it. It's just not getting them. It's not as attentive enough, okay? So an example of that kind of basic ad would be like the bottom here. We're an ABC company, and we offer XYZ services. Will you call me for an estimate or buy from me? We do good work. Please call. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of you guys probably put something similar to that out there, and that's okay. At least you're putting something out there and you're trying to make an offer. So we're not trying to put these people down or nothing like that. We're just showing you how, when you're using something that basic, how you can affect your ad spend. You might be watching this video and going, I've tried Facebook advertising in the past. It didn't work. All right. Or it cost too much money. I was spending too much and I wasn't getting the leads from it. Well, this is exactly the reason why here. This is where we're getting down to, is that click-through rate. Maybe Facebook was charging you more money because your click-through rate was low. Low as shit. Or you just stopped advertising and altogether stopped showing the ad. Maybe you weren't even getting charged any money because Facebook knows they're not making any money off of your ad. Then advertiser B, let's just see why they got a higher CTR. At least some reasons that why. And this is usually what makes the difference between a higher click-through rate and an expert in advertising and getting that lead and a qualified lead compared to just putting it out there yourself and hiring somebody in your family or just winging it. So advertiser B, for example, they, instead of trying to just sell something basic, they offer something maybe for free. They use attention-breaking language. They made attention-grabbing images and video, and they spoke in front of a camera. Have you guys ever heard of Canva? Canva.com? They have an app as well. You can go in there and you can make some nice, beautiful ads. You can take one of your pictures that you have of your project and make a quick image on there with maybe a little bit of some text or some design, and just kind of spruce it up a little bit. Maybe make it so where you can get attention from that ad a little bit better than just putting a basic ad. How many of you guys are guilty of just putting one picture up and expecting it to perform and it doesn't? Or how many of you guys are done the basic ad language where you just say, hey, we do this kind of work, please call. And then when you spend the $10, $20, $50 a day, you're realizing you're not getting anything from that, or it's costing you too much. So here's an example of what I would do if I was for instance, window replacement company. All right. So I put this down as a free inspection would be my offer. And my ad copy would be, attention everyone who lives on 12th Street and Cox Road. My team and I are going to be in the neighborhood January 21st to the 23rd, inspecting and repairing broken windows. If you'd like us to stop by and check for mold, cracks, paint, chipping, framing, etc., I'd be more than happy to do so for free. Just click the Learn More below. P.S. In addition to that, I'll bring some samples of some windows so you can actually see what they look like on your own home. See, now that language breaks a little bit more attention and it's a little more targeted. So I am going after a specific location in that city, and I'm saying anybody who lives in this area. And I'm telling them exactly what I can do, and I'm going to give them something completely free inspection. See, it's basically the same as a free estimate, right? But I'm coming with some more cool ninja stuff on the back end, where I'm just trying to get that free, low barrier to entry. Hey, let me come by and do this for you. And if you like if there's any issues that you might have, maybe there's something we can do to see if I get your windows replaced. So not always offering something for free has to be valuable, I don't know. I'm sure you can think of some ideas of what you might be thinking about for free, but you can get more creative with even just the words free estimate instead of just going down to free estimate. How many of us are all guilty of using the free estimate all the time, right? And not changing it up. Saying the same thing. Get creative with it. Get that CTR higher. So when you get the higher CTR, Facebook rewards you. Facebook will reward you with more ad placements and possibly, and usually this happens, even a discount on the cost per click. So why would they give you a discount on the cost per click if they're already getting to serve more ads? Well, it's because even with that discount on the ads and that higher CTR than say that basic one, let's say instead of $1 per click, they're dropping to 50 cents, but they're getting 2.5 times more clicks through there than that 2% at 5%, then they're still making $2.50, which is more than that $2 from the other person. Does that kind of help you guys with that one? Please go back, kind of rewind, pause. If you need the numbers, pause the video, take notes. Use those these are just example prices. That doesn't mean these are standard. It does vary in industries, in locations, population, competition. It's just, it does depend on everywhere. But so these are just examples to use on that one. So how do you do it on Instagram? Well, same way. Facebook and Instagram works the same way. And matter of fact, YouTube and Google ads pretty much work the same way as well. There's a little bit more differences in there. That is, of course, for another day. We'll get into the Google and YouTube ads. But hopefully this helps you understand how CTR works and how Facebook makes money. So there is another score, or another type of metrics that you'll see in your advertising in the back end, and that is called relevance score. Now basically, it's a scale of 1 to 10. It's an advertiser score, or an ad score I should have put, for a scale of 1 to 10. And the lower your ad score is, the less relevant it is to that user, to that viewer, to the one you're showing the ad to. So this is basically a play off of the CTR, because people didn't really understand what CTR, or click-through rate, was. So they use this, and they kind of combine a few more metrics than just people clicking on the ad. Especially since there's other types of advertisements other than clicking. Maybe they want you to view a video. Maybe they want a like or an engagement. So they have to use a few more metrics to kind of to bring that relevance score up or down, and to determine if that ad is good or not for that type of audience. You don't need to go too far into that and exactly understand how exactly that works, but just know that if your relevance score is low, it probably directly correlates with your CTR score. That's typically the highest, biggest cause of why your relevance score would be low. You'll see it saying something like below average, average, above average on your reporting on your back end of your Facebook business account. So that's pretty much it for today's video. What did we learn? Facebook is just one big ass billboard, and all you gotta do is you gotta compete with another advertiser for that real estate and for the cost. So Facebook wants to make money, and so they're going to determine your ad against somebody else's in microseconds with click-through rates and relevance scores. Now, what we're going to go through the next few courses, the next few videos, is we're going to start touring the Facebook business side. If you haven't been on the business manager of Facebook, I'm going to take you through there and show you how to set that up and what that looks like. And then we're going to get into actually how to set up these ads and create campaigns and ad sets and ads and how to target and all that from there. All right? Hope you had a good one. Thanks for watching.